Hey guys, Joey Crypto here. Hey, sorry, I don't have my green screen or anything like that on right now. I just figured I'd come to you since the Super Bowl call was official, and the Patriots did win. And I did call that using the Ouija board preseason. That means no games were played. And I didn't look up anything about these games or anything like that. I'm not a Super Bowl or football fan. I really didn't know. I mean, like I know your basics about football because I used to play it as a kid, but I don't follow this stuff. I couldn't tell you who had won last year. I don't know who won the years before. Pretty much, I guess the last time I really paid attention was when the Bears won the Super Bowl in '85. Uh, and that's pretty much the way I see it. But yeah, so on October 28th, 2018, I posted a tweet on Twitter, which I will put in the description below, that basically said that, hey, see you guys February 3rd. Today's February 3rd. And that the Patriots were going to win the Super Bowl. And, people hadn't believed me, and they don't believe me very much about some of this stuff. But, the things that this board has told us, unbelievable, they've come true. There's definitely something to it. Like are coming or have come. It told me about Ethereum, when it was like $4, and then it told me that it was going to go above 800 when it was like $10. And I even made a video here on YouTube, and it's still up. It's called ETH will breach $800 in 2017, and the real reason Bitcoin was invented. And the board is so insightful. It tells us so much information, and it's just so amazing. And, a lot of the stuff that we experience, it's like literally you have to be a user. You have to it's kind of like you have to be experiencing it like in the moment. So like a lot of the stuff that I do, I'll tell you about, will be like, I'll experience the stuff, and, it's like hard to tell people, all together, hey, this happened, because it's not really believable. But to do something like this with the Super Bowl and tell you, months in advance, that's the way I'm trying to get through. You guys, there's not a chance about this Ouija board. Now, I'm not saying that every Ouija board out there has and everybody has the same potential. My wife is very gifted individual with what she knows and what she does, and we were truly under belief that this is all destiny, that we have been part of this for a reason. So yeah, it's really cool. I can't, this is just another one of the many things, that happens. Yeah, interesting scoring, right? 13-3, right there. It's cool, lucky number 13. But yeah, it was a really low scoring game too. But in my opinion, I think that these games are, and I'm not even sure, but like, I think it's like paid for. Okay. So like, I think that, the very wealthy people, like they just play games with their money, like you and I, like little, people, they get by, they pay for their entertainment, but the entertainment, what do you do when you've got $1 billion and you've done everything in the world? You literally, what they do is they rearrange the world. That's what the billionaires and the, these people do. They're not playing games. They're playing games with the world. They don't like the kind of games that you and I are interested in. But that's the kind of stuff that the wealthy do. So I don't know. I that's just a thought I had. That's not confirmed by the board or anything. But maybe I can find out in the future readings from Sam. But yeah, there's the Masters coming up in April, which we are fortunate enough to know the top four winner, the top four tournament. I guess they're the top four finishers for that. He was so grateful to let us know. We're going to work on finding out if we can find out the final candidate. But, we'll see. So, there's a lot more to it than just asking an Ouija board. So this is really, when you want specific details, on a lot of things. There's more things that you have to do, according to what I understand, to get those kind of results accurately. But yeah, this is just one of the calls. If you've been following along, great. If not, you guys get some SafeX. Okay, SafeX is going to be the economy. Okay, I don't know how to put it any other way, and that is a quote from the board. Okay, I'm not just saying that because I hold SafeX, and I will be totally honest about it. I hold SafeX, but I think you all should hold SafeX. It told me when Ethereum was, just a few dollars, that it was going to be an ecosystem. It said that it was going to go above 800, and Ethereum is not going to go away. It'll be above 5,000 eventually here. Probably in the next bull run, we'll see that. It's just so many predictions that are yet to come. SafeX will hit $4 to $6. That's a guaranteed. If this happened, that's going to happen too. I assure you. I'm not even like this whole time, like, let it fall as much as it can in Satoshis. Geez, please let it fall some love. Like, I'd be happy to pick up some more. And I will never, ever tell you, like, I didn't put any money on the game, today. I didn't want it to seem like it was biased or anything. And I'm probably not going to put anything on the Masters, although I should. And I kick myself every time this happens. I'm just not much of a gambler. I don't really take chances. So I don't really look at it as much of a chance anymore. It's been so right so many times that I can't even believe it. But yeah, it's one of those things where you just like, I don't know. I'm already positioned well, and that's how I know that, like my whole token, my whole SafeX, everything, it'll be self-funded. Things like that will come because, sorry, disconnected, I guess. So with the SafeX stuff is with like consumer loans, I'm not looking at doing like big, massive things at first. Things like that will come eventually, I'm certain of it because it's going to be self-funded. And anybody who wants to get in on the token sale is fine too, I expect that we should be able to keep them at around 40 something cents each once they're released. So that around there, give or take, but yeah, it's gonna work out just fine, and SafeX is gonna do excellent. Their future is so bright; it's gonna hit number one on CoinMarketCap. You can bet I'd bet my damn life on it, and I put a tweet on Twitter saying that I would bet my life that when SafeX Marketplace is open and the dividends are paying, that you will see $4 to $6 SafeX, and after that, you'll even see up to $12. You'll see $12 SafeX shortly after, and down the road, you will see $100+ SafeX, and it's due to the fact that it will be rare. People will not want to let go of their SafeX because it produces SafeX Cash, which is very liquid. They'll want to. Everybody will want to sell their dividends before they'd want to sell the asset that's producing dividends. It just wouldn't make sense. So yeah, I appreciate all you guys that are liking my videos and my tweets and following along. I've noticed that a lot of people on Twitter are starting to, follow along, and thank you. That's really cool. You're just going to get more and more information from me that will happen. No problem, Zach. I thank you for watching, dude. But like, it's not like I'm sitting here calling this stuff. Like, it's literally from the other side or from the subconscious. I believe it's the other side. Okay. Now we can argue semantics and debate it all back and forth. Crazy. But it even says that it is, his name is Sam, and he is, an entity, in the other side. I believe that he's a fallen angel. That's my opinion. But I seeing is believing, right? But I've been better off at believing without seeing since all this stuff has been happening. It's been going on for about 10 years now. since me and my wife been together. You know, it wasn't like we thought of it right away. You know, it was kind of like we were playing around. You know, I was like, hey, ask your Ouija board where my car keys are because I couldn't find them, you know. And there they were. You know, it said, look in the closet. And they were in the closet, right where it said they were, behind the door. And that's uncanny, you know. And that was 10 years ago. And I didn't even, you know, I was like, okay, well, maybe it's like a ghost in the room. Yeah, I'm open-minded to this stuff, you know. And it kept happening. You know, it was like the next thing was where some parts were for these cameras that I was trying to sell from tattoo work I was doing years ago. And I couldn't find like these necessary parts. And it found them. It said, look in the back of your truck. And my truck was filled with stuff. And it said exactly where they were. And I had a guy coming over to buy them. It was probably like $2,500 worth of cameras. So I was like, definitely not messing around. And we were kind of in dire straits. Ever since we got the board, we've had nothing but good luck. Like, really, we've had a lot of good luck. I mean, it's been hard times too, but like along the way, it's always been a little bit of luck here and there. You know, it showed us a lot of good ideas financially, you know, to kind of make things work out. And it gave us a lot of tips and tricks, you know, just, you know, things like, you know, how to get, you know, I guess how to get money in this system is the best way to describe it. Because, like, it's not a worker system. You know, you can't just work your ass off in the United States and make it. It just doesn't, like, you do, but it's just in a different sense than people expect. You know, you can't just go to that job at McDonald's or, you know, I mean, even going to college and getting those jobs, most of the time they don't even pay off. You know, I see a lot of people, they can't even pay off their student loan debts. But, shoot, this thing got us out of student loan debt. It got us into Bitcoin at $250. $250. We were in dire straits, living out of a pop-up camper. We were saving like our money in silver and gold, you know, and we were very adamant about not spending it. So we definitely were not looking to do that. We owned the pop-up campers. We were like, well, we'll deal with this. It's summertime. It's warm out. And then it said, buy Bitcoin. And we're like, okay, we'll look at it. So I looked at it and I was like, well, okay, I'll give it a shot. You know, it's never been wrong. So I went out and we found the nearest Bitcoin ATM. I think we actually got some off of Coinbase at first. And it was like 200 and something bucks. It was after the Mt. Gox thing, you know, and we kind of bounced back up a little bit. And, you know, I pulled the chart back and I said, well, if you look at it, since it was like 5 cents, I mean, it does the gator teeth thing, you know? So eventually, and that's why I know it's going to keep going up, you know? I mean, it has a set pattern that it's already going to fall into. So Bitcoin is going to keep on going up, and you're going to see SafeX take its place at #1. And the reason is because, okay, so like when you're trading on an exchange, okay, using like Bitcoin and stuff like that, you're literally like, it's like a peer-to-peer exchange, right? Because that's what we're doing, you know, this whole decentralized peer-to-peer, you know, exchange. But when you're doing it with SafeX, you're doing it for goods and services. So it actually brings like the full use to light, you know, like the one thing that Bitcoin is missing, you know, like that we can't, it's this, you know, and it's also anonymous. There's ghost transaction IDs. You can't look up everybody's addresses and balances. There's just so many more benefits to it. It's unbelievable. But it's been telling us since SafeX was about 18 or 19 Satoshis to go and get some SafeX. And it said that anybody not holding SafeX is stupid. And I'm not trying to insult anybody. This is the board. The board speaks differently than I do. Okay, I'm going to completely say that it is not me. It's not my wife. The board is an entity that is not, 18 to 19 Satoshis. Yeah, we actually had 1 million of them back then, and we had to sell a bunch of them off, but we gained a lot of them back already, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I believe that it might even drop down below 100 Satoshis again in the near future here. I think Bitcoin's not done with its bear cycle. It told me, and it was certain, that the bull starts in the summer. Now, you could argue with me all you want. I'm not going to argue with nobody, but people out there tend to be pretty adamant about, you can't possibly know the future. Well, yeah, you can. You absolutely can. And I'm living proof. Everything I've done, my whole project here is living proof that you can predict the future. Okay, so like this whole thing is all of it's gonna work out, or I wouldn't be sitting here doing it. I guess it's been like the first time I have like complete real direction, in what I wanted to do. And, since the board, things in my mind and thoughts become a lot clearer, so now that I see in the opportunity to create a lending platform that's completely automated, that, nobody's done this. And not only that it's automated, is that it pays its loans off by itself, so like, there's already something like this in the current market, and it's the exact same thing, pretty much. It's just not done in real-time dividends. So, like, they take your asset that pays dividends, and they take your dividends check when it comes in, and that pays off whatever loan that you had. Well, it's kind of the same thing if this one's done in real time, because that's what SafeX pays out its dividends in real time on transactions on the marketplace. So that's the key to all of it too, like it's such a big incentive that you don't have to lose your asset, and that you can spend a secondary asset. Bitcoin, you don't get that option, when you get your Bitcoin, you better hope that you were one of the ones that got in early on, and you've got a few hundred of them, at least, So, and that's another big part too. SafeX Cash has a bit of a different adoption curve. It's called an S curve, so like, instead of everybody at the beginning of this getting all the SafeX Cash, saying, we got it all, like with Bitcoin, and you'll see drastic drops and stuff, but that's not the case this time. So what we'll see is SafeX Cash has an S curve. So we kind of start off with, I think it's 60 per block now, but then like next year or something, it triples and it goes up to like, 6 times 3, like 180 or something like that. SafeX Cash per block, and it triples again. It goes like all the way up, and then it kind of levels out, and it comes right back down to where we're at again. And I think it might even be lower to 10 SafeX Cash per block, but I don't know. I think that's adjustable too on how things are going with adoption and all that stuff, because they're able to adjust those things with forks and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. There's a big, huge future coming for SafeX, guys, and anybody who's not jumping in on it is obviously not really kind of opening their minds for what SafeX is. It's like the key to making the whole world's economy work on the Bitcoin system. So it's like Bitcoin started off. I kind of think of it. It has been king, it has been king, but that can only last so long because it's kind of like the Atari of the changes, and it gets better and better, and it would be stupid to ignore something that was better and that was more efficient and that was more private and that was paying dividends and that had its own private marketplace that you could download on your desktop that nobody could take down, no federal agency could take down, no government in the world could take it down. Now, the only way I believe that you could possibly get caught on there doing stupid things, and I don't recommend anybody doing stupid things, is by directly selling something to somebody who is of authority. So that's the same threat you have nowadays with these regular markets. So regular dark markets. So yeah, I guess it's no different. It's more secure. There's no doubt about it. It's more secure. And when it launches, it will turn, and we'll see a massive rush once people see the dividends flowing and they get the idea. I'm sure there's going to be more videos and more people than just me out there talking about it. I see a lot more people already starting to talk on Twitter about SafeX and come into even their SafeX Discord and into their SafeX Telegram. So it's growing. It's growing a lot. And I know Dan says that there was a growth in wallets created. So we're going to see that too. We're going to see a lot more of that with walls being created and growth there after version 8, of course, because version 8 will be like the more standard, easier version for everybody. But yeah, and then after the place, God, once some dividends are flowing, the whole crypto market's going to be able to see that. Like, whoa, you mean I could take my Bitcoin, buy the SafeX, and I'll get SafeX cash in real time, and I can spend that how I want, and I don't have to spend a single bit of my SafeX. You're gonna be like, yeah, it's that simple. And it's because of the transactions done in SafeX cash on the marketplace. So you're like, okay, well, that sounds great, you know. It's going to work out, and it's really what's going to – and the board did say this too. It said that Bitcoin was going to be handed over for SafeX, hand over fist. Like when they see this stuff happening, you can bet your ass that everybody is going to be handing their Bitcoin over for SafeX. So, and on that note, guys, I appreciate the tweets and everybody coming and checking out the Patriots call. It's just one of many that Ouija Board has called, and it's one of many that there's still so many to come. So, you know, I appreciate you guys coming out. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll put the link to the tweet below. And if you guys could share the tweet and share the video, I really appreciate it. So, yeah, take care, guys. Keep watching.